Tune into Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad.
Australia beat West Indies by 159 runs on the third day of the first cricket test at Bridgetown in Barbados, taking 1-0 lead in the two-match series. Josh Hazlewood 13 5-wicket haul helped Australia surge to victory inside 3 days. West Indies were bowled out for 141 in a session after Travis Head, Beau Webster and Alex Carey combined to set up a match-winning lead with the bat. Earlier, Australia resumed their second innings at the overnight score of 92 for 4 with an overall lead of 82 and Travis Head with 13 and Beau Webster with 19 at the crease. But a 102 runs fifth wicket partnership turned out to be a match winning. Yes, 102 of 169 between Beau Webster and Travis Head. Beau Webster 45 and Travis Head contributed 55 runs. And the partnership took their total from 4 for 65 to 5 for 167 in the 53rd over, where Travis Head was the fifth man to go and he made 61 back-to-back two half centuries. He scored 59 in the first and now 61 of 95 balls, hitting 8 fours, and he was legged before by Shamar Joseph. Then sixth wicket also added another substantial partnership, 41 runs of 62 balls, Alex Carey and Beau Webster. Yes, Alex Carey 21 and Beau Webster 18 in that partnership that took their total to 208. Yes, crossing 200 on a pitch which turned out to be a very bowling friendly and batting looked very difficult. Australia lost their sixth wicket at 208 in the 63rd over and Beau Webster, who scored 63 of 120 with the help of 8 fours, was the sixth man to go and he was caught by wicketkeeper Shea Hope off the bowling of Shamar Joseph. While the seventh wicket fell at 47. Little partnership but very crucial. 39 more runs were added between Alex Carey and captain Pat Cummins. Alex Carey 29 and Pat Cummins put on 9 in that partnership and the total reached 247 in the 68th over and Pat Cummins was the seventh to go and he made 9 of 14, caught by Braithwaite off the bowling of Alzarri Joseph. While the 8th wicket fell at 264. Pat Cummins was the 7th to go and he made 9, caught by Braithwaite off the bowling of Alzarri Joseph. While the 8th wicket fell at 264. Yes, another little partnership, meaningful partnership of 27 of 53 balls between Nathan Lyon and Alex Carey, and the total reached 264 when the 8th wicket fell, and that is of Mitchell Starc. Mitchell Starc made 16 of 17 balls, hitting 3-4, and he was bowled by Shamar Joseph. While the 9th wicket fell at 291. Alex Carey was the 9th to go, and he made 65 of 75 balls, hitting 7 fours and 2 sixes, with a strike rate of 87, caught by Justin Greaves off the bowling of Roston Chase. And the 10th and final wicket fell at 310. Yes, in the 82nd over, Josh Hazlewood departed after scoring 12 of 12 ball and he was bowled by Shamar Joseph, while Nathan Lyon remained unbeaten on 30. Conceding 10 runs lead, Australia scored 310 and set West Indies target of 301 in the fourth inning. Looking at the West Indian bowling, Jayden Seales 18 overs 4 maidens, 70 runs and 1 wicket, while Shamar Joseph, his fourth 5-wicket haul, 25.5 overs 5 maiden, 87 runs and 5 wicket. Alzarri Joseph 16 overs 2 maiden, 65 runs and 2 wicket. Justin Greaves 13 overs 1 maiden, 55 runs and 1 wicket. Jumail Warrican 8 overs 2 maiden, 18 runs and 1 wicket, while Roston Chase 1 over 1 maiden and 1 wicket. Chasing a daunting task of 301 on a difficult wicket to bat on in their second inning, West Indies were bundled out for 141 in just 33.4 overs. They lost their first wicket in the very first over and Craig Bradford, playing his 99 test match, was out after scoring just 4. Yes, flicking down the leg side, and Sam Konstas at square leg took a brilliant diving catch. While the second wicket fell at 47 in the 11th over. John Campbell, playing a ram shot against Hazlewood, got a top edge and Alex Carey behind the wicket took a comfortable catch and John Campbell was out after scoring 23. Third wicket fell at 47. Brandon King departs, caught by Green off the bowling of Hazlewood. Got an inside edge onto the pad and then ball balloon in the air, and Cameron Green jumped perfectly to take a one-handed catch, and Brendan King was out on the very first ball without scoring. The fourth wicket fell at 49. Yes, wickets were falling in cluster. Yes, Rostencher, the West Indian captain, was out, caught by Konstas off the bowling of Josh Hazlewood. Yet, bat and pad gets an inside edge onto the pad, and Sam Konstas at short leg took a comfortable catch. Casey Carty was the fifth to go, and he could only score 20, and he was clean bowled by Josh Hazlewood. Missed the line completely, hit the timber, and he was out for 20 of 36 ball. So half of the side were back in the pavilion for just 56 runs on the board, and they lost their sixth wicket. 5 runs later, Shea Hope was the sixth man to go in the 25th over, and he was also bowled by Pat Cummins. Yes, ball keeping low, and his off stump was uprooted. He could only score 2 runs. While the seventh wicket fell at 73, Alzari Joseph was the seventh man to go, run out by Marnus Labuschagne, direct throw, and he was out without scoring. Then the eighth wicket fell at 86, Jumail Warrican in the 27th over, and he made 3 runs, caught by Alex Carey once again and bowled by Josh Hazlewood, his 13th 5 wicket haul. While the ninth wicket fell at 141. Yes, Shamar Joseph shows some resistance and scored 44 of 22 balls, hitting 4 fours and 2 sixes with a T20 like strike rate of 200. While the ninth wicket, Shamar Joseph was the ninth man to go, and he was out of the bowling of right arm off spinner Nathan Lyon, caught by Usman Khwaja in the first slip. While the 10th and final wicket also fell at 141, and Jayden Seales was caught at short leg off the bowling of Nathan Lyon by Sam Konstas without scoring, and West Indies were all out for 141 in 33.4 overs, with Justin Greaves remained unbeaten on 38. Looking at the Australian bowling attack, Mitchell Starc 8 overs, 1 maiden, 44 runs and 1 wicket. Josh Hazlewood 12 overs, 3 maiden, 43 runs and 5 wicket. Pat Cummins 7 overs, 2 maiden, 15 runs and 1 wicket. Beau Webster 4 overs, 2 maiden, 14 runs and no wicket. While Nathan Lyon 2.4 overs, 1 maiden, 20 runs and 2 wickets. So the summary of the match: Australia scored 180 in the first inning, and in reply, West Indies made 190 and took a 10 runs lead. But in the second inning, Australia scored 310 and setting West Indies target of 301, but they were bundled out for 141, which gives Australia their fourth consecutive victory at the venue. Josh Hazlewood led Australia's surge to a 159 runs victory in Barbados as West Indies lost all 10 wickets in the final session of day 3, the final two falling in consecutive deliveries to Nathan Lyon in what would have been the last over of the day. Australia claimed the extra half hour with West Indies 7 down, but with Shamar Joseph throwing the bat, having been dropped in the deep by Sam Konstas and Justin Greaves playing solidly, it appeared Australia would be forced to return on day 4. However, Shamar edged to slip before Jayden Seales was caught at short leg to end the match. It completed a performance where familiar Australia's strengths came to the fore amid continued questions about the top order, but they were confronted by challenging conditions. Travis Head, who was beneficiary of West Indies' seven drop catch of the match, Beau Webster and Alex Carey all played with proactiveness needed on this service. Head was named player of the match for his 2.5 centuries on a tricky service. Carey's superb stroke play gave Australia plenty of buffer zone when it came to defending the target, meaning a repeat of what happened in the World Test Championship final was always unlikely on a surface that remained devilish at times, especially with a harder ball. Mitchell Starc struck in the first over of the chase when former captain Craig Bradford clipped loosely to backward square leg, where Konstas held a low catch. However, that was followed by some adventurous stroke play by John Campbell, including a sweep against Hazlewood, as he and Casey Carty made encouraging process. But the innovation brought Campbell's downfall when he attempted to lap sweep Hazlewood again, and this time could only glove the ball to Carey. Next ball, Brandon King got an inside edge into his bat, which flew high towards gully, where Cameron Green, who had earlier given Carty a life on one, used all his height to cling on. Sadly for Hazlewood, he did not make Roston Chase play at the hat-trick delivery as a pack of rings of catches awaited. Not that he was delayed long when 2 overs later, Chase got an inside edge that looped to short leg before spearing one through Carty. This was Hazlewood at his very best, hammering away at a back of a length and giving the surface every chance to play some tricks. Pat Cummins was then the beneficiary of those tricks when Shehop was clean up by a wicket delivery that scuttled under his bat. The run scoring of Australia's middle order against an older ball felt a long time ago. The only question was whether the visitors could get the job done in the evening. Marnus Labuschagne, on as a substitute, produced a direct hit to remove Alzari Joseph, and Hazlewood removed Jomail Warrican for his fifth wicket. Shamar Joseph launched two balls out of the stadium, and some frustration was growing Australia before Lyon sealed the job in the fading light.
Keep on watching Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad for latest news, views, and interviews of sports personalities from around the world.